Cracking with y'all, man. Hope y'all had a good weekend. Hope you're having a good night. Everybody getting ready to go back to work. I'm going to let a few people get in here. I didn't get a chance to set this up early like I normally do. So might take a few minutes for y'all to get in here. See some people popping in. Yeah, man. It's been a busy weekend, man. It's been busy for a while. Every weekend been busy pretty much. We got a full weekend next weekend. Doing a back to school giveaway at the church. What's up, Silverback? Gotta get back. There's people out there that need stuff. Gotta do what you gotta do to try and support. What's up, Big Easy? What's cracking with you? Yeah, got my man in here. That's good old Square. That traveling man. Yeah, man. Y'all been good this weekend? Y'all staying out of trouble? Anybody pick up some new stuff this weekend? I'm all about new stuff. Javon's Martin, what's cracking? Yeah, man, we ain't gonna be here too long tonight. It's not my regular night. Last night, I was planning to do this last night, but I was with the Lodge brothers doing some stuff, and then I had to go link up with my brother-in-law and his wife. So, yeah. So we're doing it right now. I don't know how many people are going to follow in tonight. We're going to go ahead and get this thing cracking anyway. I don't care if it's 5 people in it. Let's do this. Whiteside motherfreaking tactical in the motherfreaking building.
What's up, Square?
Man, what's good with you, Square? You doing all right?
Hey, no, good. How's that weather there? I heard y'all got a storm earlier.
Yeah, we got one. It wasn't that crazy. The one yesterday was worse than the one today.
That's what I heard. It's starting to come through here now. I'm actually in North Carolina right now.
Okay. Yeah, the one yesterday, it was so bad. We was on the interstate doing 40 with the hazard lights on, so we couldn't see.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it was bad, man. What's up, Joe Q? Yeah, what's been good with you, brother? Traveling. Apparently, you traveling.
It's summertime. We pick up a little more in the summertime than in the school year. So yeah, doing a little bit of stuff. Trying to add a little more. I guess you say a little more classes on what we normally do. We're gonna pick up a few more things.
Okay.
We're in the talks now, picking up EKG technician. So we're gonna start teaching that. Phlebotomy. We're gonna start teaching phlebotomy, DNA testing, DOT or Department of Transportation, drug testing. So we're gonna add those courses as well. We're going to teach them, and people actually come to our clinic and actually get tested and all of that.
Wow, so y'all out here for real doing some major stuff with this.
Oh yeah. We're medical, so if it's medical, we're going to do it, and it's one of those where why go anywhere else? Just come straight to us, make it easier. Just come straight to us. We take care of all of that.
Yeah, because I noticed when I was on your website, because we have an event that we're working on together, and I noticed that your logo has changed since I started. So when I put up your site to get the logo for the day, I was like, this ain't the white website. So I'm scrambling, I'm going back, I'm searching, I'm like, this ain't. So I had to go in and read, like, oh, this is him. He just changed up some stuff. I got you.
Hey, you one of the few to actually notice that. Yeah, what we did, I won't say rebranded, we just shifted a little bit. We're now a nonprofit. So that's one thing we did. Because we're education, we're nonprofit, so we want to try to reach more people, get out in the community a little more. And for those services we do offer some of them at a discount or at no cost. One of our biggest ones is Stop the Bleed. So Stop the Bleed we do for free. That's not a problem. But we're trying to get more in the community with CPR first aid. Because if you Google it around, the price of it is crazy. So we want to try to bring that in the community, especially into the school system. We're already in the school system working, but try to bring it to other schools as well.
Right. Now, I know RGG had a doctor on a couple weeks ago or last week, whatever, talking about TECC. And, we've been working on this project for a while, so it was kind of good to see other people starting to talk about it as well.
Oh, yeah.
So what is the difference? So I noticed there's other people that offer TECC classes, but what's the difference in you all's class compared to one of the other people offering?
Our class, we actually just changed hours. So normally it wasn't either truly under anything. This one that we're doing now actually falls under the National Academy of EMT or NAEMT. So anybody that enrolls in our TEC courses, they would get 16 continuing education or 16 credit hours for that. So you're talking about doctors, nurses, anybody, EMT, advanced, EMT, paramedics, any of them, they come take these courses, 16 hours. They actually get 16 credit course hours for that. But in addition to that, they get a certificate at the end. So it helps them because, it's everything talking about continuing education. So we're still doing a live fire with it, but they're doing live fire. But in addition to that, they're still doing a TECC. We're getting more real world because a lot of this is classroom. So we're fixing that now.
Okay. Because I know we were talking about it at church today. I was letting people know that was supposed to be attending that hadn't purchased their tickets yet. They need to go ahead and do that because we needed a true official head count.
Yeah.
So some of the people are like, well, I've already got a CPR certification. I'm like, yeah, but you ain't take this class. I promise you that.
This is real world. Yeah.
Yeah, it was one lady. She has a walker and she had like 3 different CPR cards. I'm like, damn, she want to make sure she know how to save somebody. she had a playing hand in her hand. But so for people that don't know, which if you let's say been under a rock, they should know who you are. But for people that don't know who you are and where your background, where you came from, why don't you let them know?
Well, I'm one of 2 of Whiteside Tax Solution. I'm Eric Whiteside. My background started with EMT basic, worked my way up to intermediate or what they call advanced, and now as a paramedic. So I do that part-time, working as EMT part-time, but full-time, I'm actually a teacher. I teach healthcare. If it's anything medical in the healthcare field, I actually teach it. In addition to that, because I'm a certified teacher, anything science related, I teach anything from 6th grade on up, anything science, physics, chemistry, you name it. If it's science, I teach along with medical. That's what I do. Then on the other end, you have my brother. He's actual doctor in internal medicine. He's a lieutenant colonel. So those familiar with military, he's not an E5. He's a 05, about to become an 06. So he's about to get his full bird colonel. He runs the show on the West Coast. We run on the East Coast. He runs the show on the West Coast. We offer the exact same thing, except because he's a medical doctor on the West Coast, he's actually doing training for a physician, or residential physician. So once they come out of med school, he takes them under their wing. So they're still under WTS, but he takes them under their wing, trains them, and then they go on to their follow-on fellowship or residency.
Right. And that's fire. I like that. That's fire. So like, if people like, so I reached out to you, of course, and talk to you about what we want to do with the church. And if you're in the Nashville surrounding areas, and you're interested in taking this course, we're going to be offering this course August the 10th. All right.
Yes.
So I'm going to drop the link so you can get a ticket if you're interested in taking this course. I think it's something that we all should have, we all should do, and it's knowledge that we need. Now, or in like let's see, of course, how would they go about setting up a class in their area with you?
It's very easy. You just go to our website. On our website, it shows the classes that we offer. From there, just send us an email. You can email us at whitesidetechnicalsolution@gmail.com or info@whitesidetechnicalsolution.com. From there, say, hey, these are classes that we would like for you all to offer. What is the price range? From there, we'll get with our education consultant, Candace Spivey. She'll work all that out. She'll send it back to you. We pride ourselves on taking no longer than 24 hours to respond. We try to respond quicker than 24 hours, but we know within 24 hours, you get a response from us. Either it's going to be an email or it's going to be a phone call. We try to call you directly. A lot of people like to do the email. We like to talk to people directly. That way we know exactly what they want to offer. And because she's our education consultant, she's the one that writes the curriculum. She will adjust the curriculum based on those specific needs.
Okay. Now, what's the maximum number of people they can have in a class?
It depends on what it is. We've trained as many as 52 at one time before. We've had 4 instructors train as many as 52 because we teach all the time. We know how to actually put them in stations and keep everybody well engaged. Our biggest thing is we don't want anybody to sit around. So we want to make sure they're moving at all times.
Got you. Outside of what you're already offering, and you got the new stuff coming, how soon are y'all going to have all the classes online so they can start looking at those?
We have DNA testing, so we're up and running with DNA testing. So if you're looking for DNA testing, no matter what it is, we do that. We're doing a non-invasive first. Once we get the invasive part taken care of, when we say invasive, that means the blood draw. Once we bring the phlebotomist on board, we'll be able to do the blood draw for that as well. So we do DNA testing now. Now, when it comes to the other courses, I promise you, no later than 6 months, we'll have all that up and running because we hit the road, hit the ground running. So we just went up to Kentucky. They were able to donate about $20,000 worth of medical equipment. And from there, we set up everything and we're just pushing. So no more than 6 months. Hopefully we're looking at September, October at the latest.
Okay. Shout out to I'm Not From This Planet for the 20-piece McNugget.
ITT.
Then I want to shout out that square out there in the chat. I see you out there, Hot Tub Tony. I see you. But yeah, man. Going to a high in the world right now. The election got real weird today. So if who they say is going to be the runner-up for this election, I think things are going to get a little crazy out here.
Oh, yeah.
I think the firearm industry is about to make a lot of money.
Yes, indeed. That's why I say get that training now. Get it now. You don't want to wait. Get that training now.
Yeah. And, the CPR certification alone, I've looked at some other people's prices for just CPR certification, and it's about what you charge for the whole TECC class.
Yeah. Yep. You got it. More. Yeah. Well, what we're doing is the combat lifesaver. So TEC is going to be a little different. TECC actually have live fire. We're doing a combat lifesaver, so it does stop the bleed. But instead of live fire, we're actually doing MCI or mass casualty incidents. So basically, if there was an active shooter incident, what's going to happen? What are y'all going to be able to do? We want to teach you how to actually categorize people, put them into different categories based on their injuries. And then when EMS come on scene, because it's going to take them forever, to be honest with you, because they have to sit on the side and wait for police to secure the scene. So we're going to have everybody stationed where they're supposed to be. So when EMS come on scene, they're already taken care of. So they come on, load, and go. So we're teaching you all how to be the true first responders.
Know how to triage and render aid while waiting for the medics to get there.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's important because, if you got somebody that's got a paper cut because they ran by somebody's desk and somebody got a hole in them, that paper cut, go sit down in the corner, bro. we'll be over there with your Band-Aid in a minute.
Right. Put some dirt on it, you be all right.
Yeah, pack some mud in there. That's what who is that football player did that broke his nose in the game? Johnny Unitas. Broke his nose in the game, packed some mud in there and kept playing. But so I know you've probably had to use these skills actually in the field.
Yes.
And so how useful was knowing these skills?
Oh man, it is very helpful, especially for us working as EMS and coming up on scene of something of that nature. Where we first get on scene, it's total chaos. Everybody's running around everywhere. It's like, okay, let's figure out what's going on. So we have to truly develop a game plan. But for those that already triage, when we get up there, they're already color coded. So it's like, oh, cool. We know where to go, who to take care of. So it makes it a lot easier. So yes, these skills are very important. Even for that, let's say just a simple car wreck. You go on the highway and maybe 2 or 3 cars, there's a collision there, but in each car, 4 or 5 people, 3 or 4 people. You're going to have to figure out how to put people where they're supposed to be based on their injury, and it makes it a lot easier.
Right. So, and that was a question I had. Like you can use this skill set, and it's not just for being in a combat zone. This is for
Right.
everyday practical use, like car accidents, if your kid falls out of a tree, whatever.
Yes.
So you can use it, you can apply it in any situation, basically.
Yep, that's what we do, because I know we have the name tactical in our title, but we're not teaching just military, because honestly, a lot of these military skills you're not going to use on the regular street. So we're going to teach you what you need to know to survive on the street. Now, if we're dealing with military, yes, we do military tactics. But for the regular civilian, no, we're going to teach you what to use and how to use it on the street. Because sometimes, I'll be honest, the street is worse than in the military. Because in the military, you know who your enemy is. On the street, you have no idea.
And that's facts. That's big facts. Yeah. You never know who your enemy is on the street, right? Some people may,
right.
but the average individual that's in these situations, where you're in a mass shooting or something like that, or in a car accident, you don't know who. Like, or you.
Hold up, my internet breaking up. We got a bad storm that's coming over right now. My bad.
You good.
Say that again, though.
I said, so how long you been doing this all together? Like, did you do it pre-military, or you just started in the military?
Oh no, pre-military. I was a street medic before I joined the military. So this is literally a little over 2 decades, maybe 21 years. Been doing this.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
you seasoned in this.
Oh yeah.
Howard J, Devil Roll, what's good, fellas? So
what's good, fellas?
How long has your brother been a doctor?
He's going on 20 years, basically 2 decades.
So about the same.
Oh, we initially started out when we were in college. We actually started as an EMT, so we were majoring in biology, running cross country, but at the same time in the evenings, taking class to become an EMT. So we've always wanted to do this.
Okay. So are there other people involved with y'all that do this, or is it just y'all just own it and run it, or is there other people that are involved as well?
It's when it comes down to it, it's total of 3 of us. You have me, you have my brother, and like I said earlier, Candace Spivey. She's an educational consultant. She's the one that pretty much runs the show. You know, we'll come up with something, then we get it through her, and either she approves or disapproves it. If she say no, we go back to the drawing boards and try to correct it and work with it again.
So basically, she's the boss. She just tell you what to do.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that sounds about right. So, like, is your wife involved in this as well?
No.
Or are you married?
Like oh, nothing like that. Okay. It's just the 3 of us.
It's the 3 of y'all. Okay.
Yeah.
So, what made you decide? You know what? Let's give this out to the masses in this way. Because some people are doing this. You're doing this more because you said you became a nonprofit.
Yes.
So that means you're not doing this for the money.
That's correct.
So what made you decide you wanted to do it as a nonprofit versus for-profit? Because most people out here are doing this strictly for the money. They could care less.
Right. Because they look at numbers and they're like, hey, how many people I can get in and get rolling? For us, it's not about the numbers. It's about the actual quality of the education. Make sure you understand. Anybody that's taken our courses before know we'll sit there and make sure you fully understand prior to you leaving those doors. So that's the biggest thing. We want you to make sure you understand, because we're in the educational setting. We teach students, and we know how long it takes a teenager or somebody of that nature to grasp information. And the older we get, we have different priorities. So we want to make sure that, hey, before you leave, you know what you're doing. So if this happens to a family member, you're good to go. And we also want to let them know we're here not just for the money. We want to be able to take care of you.
Now, with the ham radio stuff, is it better to have like a regular walkie? Because at our church, we have regular walkies. And I'm not that crazy about them, but they do what we need them to do. So is it better to have like a Baofeng or something like that versus a regular walkie, or just get a regular walkie and have the Baofengs on standby?
Get the regular walkie, you got a Baofengs on standby. I like the Baofengs because we can program them. Well, I have the older ones, but you can program them to whatever frequencies you want for your church. they may have specific frequencies or set frequencies. So those radios have set frequencies. So that's why you want to actually have those. And a lot of times, if your church has specific frequencies, you can't sit there and make a Baofeng radio talk to those. So it's good to have both.
Okay. So that'd be something that would be smart to invest in, is getting a few Baofengs to have on hand as well.
Mm-hmm. And we're actually going to bring those up there as well to get people used to talking on the radio, because it's amazing. I mean, you see shows that you have a cop that's talking, something happens, now they're excited, and we got to teach you all that as well. Not you, but just general public. Talk on the radio, talk slowly, calm down. And our biggest thing is their emergency, not yours. If you get all frantic, they freak out. So as long as you're relaxed and you're calm, they'll stay calm.
We but the heat kicked in and was like, you know what? Me and your blood sugar are not going to get along too well. But everybody shut down everything and got stuff together, situated, and came together and take care of it. And I was like, see, this is why the class is so important, so people can understand how to do stuff like this.
Yep.
Because if nobody would have knew what to do, then she probably wouldn't have came home with us. You know what I'm saying? But luckily, we all had some kind of education in this, and we was able to get her back. She was good. She finished out the rest of the event, no problem. She was good. But that's the type of stuff that I look at. Like, you know, what if you're with your family and your grandma gets sick and nobody in the house knows anything? All your uncles over here drunk, they passing out. You know what I'm saying? What you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Right. So that's why I feel like this class is so important, because this is a skill set that it's you can't really put a price on it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's priceless information and knowledge.
Yeah.
Now, with the CPR side of it,
mm-hmm.
the CPR certification, is that just for like what we know in the chest blowing it?
So your CPR is, my bad, go ahead. Sorry about that.
Are you good?
The CPR is actually, because we're a training site, we're American Heart Association training site, so we're able to certify anybody. So when it comes to the CPR, there's two types. You have your BLS, your basic lifesaver, for those that want to be first responders or those that are in medical profession. Then you also have the heart saver. That's for those that are not in the medical profession, but it's the same knowledge. What we do is we teach everybody on the higher level. So even if you're not going to be in a medical profession, because you're taking our course, we're going to teach you at that higher level, because you may at one point be exposed to some equipment that you've never seen, and we don't want you to freak out. If EMS come on scene and they're using what we call a BVM or a bag valve mask, you've never seen it, you don't know what that is. But we're going to teach you at that higher level. That way you know what it is, you know what it's used for, and if they need some assistance, you know what to do. You can actually assist. So that's where that comes from.
See, I've been wanting to learn the AED thing myself. That's something I've been wanting to learn myself. That at one point years ago, I was certified in CPR through my job, and that's been years ago. So I'm looking forward to getting that certification back. But I also want to get AED certified as well.
Yeah.
Additional.
So what you're going to have first aid. First aid will be one of the biggest things that you're going to be that we're going to focus on. So we're going to have stop the bleed, but we're going to focus on first aid to make sure you truly understand that. Because in all honesty, you may have to do CPR, but we want to know what caused that person to have that cardiac arrest or that heart attack. So we're going to teach you that first aid, because you're more likely going to use first aid prior to CPR anyway. So we're going to make sure you're not have wealth of knowledge when it comes to that. We're not the gatekeepers. I tell people, when it comes to us, we're not the gatekeepers. We're going to train you, because there may be a point you have to take care of us. So we're going to train you to the best of our knowledge and give you more. So if that happens to be the case, I feel safe. You know, it's like for you, we're actually bringing down our airway mannequin, so you get a chance to actually insert what we call the nasal trumpet or the nasal pharyngeal airway. So we're going to actually have that. I'm going to try to bring my intubation equipment that way, because everybody know, hey, there's a tube that goes down somebody's throat. What exactly does that do? So
Right.
you'll be able to see what's going on. So we want to be able to get people exposed to that. So you have a family member in the hospital, and they may actually be intubated or have a tube down their throat. You'll know exactly what's going on, so you don't freak out. So we want to expose you to all of that to make sure you're comfortable.
Yeah, artificial limb. Like, I don't think people understand like how in depth your class is.
Oh yeah,
And
it's going. Yeah, it's going to be in depth.
yeah.
And one thing we fear, it may be a little overload, but we have workbooks that we're going to give you as well. So you can always refer back to those workbooks. So I want to make sure that. So at any point, hey, I had a question about so and so. It's right there. It makes it easy for you.
Okay. Okay. Now, do y'all get workbooks with all your courses that you teach?
Yes, we do.
Okay. Okay.
One question. I know Tech Lover said, have you ever saved? Man, yes. On the street, you'll be surprised when it comes to that. I know my first time I freaked out. I was just shaking. It was ridiculous. But after a while, you get adjusted and you be able to calm down. So, yeah, I tell people it's not as what you think it is. People think, oh, I saved a life. Yes, you save a life, but it doesn't calculate till later when you get back, we sit back and reflect on it. So I've saved several lives before. So, yes.
And that's the thing, man. You want to be able to save a life. So one of the firearm instructors that I worked with when I worked at the gun store, he always told people, if you're able to punch a hole in somebody,
Mm-hmm.
to
Yep.
on me, I try to about like shit. I ain't stopping nothing, but that can come back and bite you too.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, that can come back and bite you too. So
Joe Trip
what do you say?
talking about needle decompression. Nah, I'm gonna leave that. Nah, we'll leave that to a mannequin.
He said I'm frozen like Sub-Zero. You can still hear me though, right?
Yeah. Honestly, I like to say we got a storm coming through, so for us, it comes in and out every once in a while.
Yeah, and my internet's been acting a little weird today too. So
Mhm.
I can understand. I was trying to play the game earlier today, and everybody was like, I started over in the same spot about 10 times. Like, man, how did I get back right here? I wasn't even over here. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the class, man, and I think a lot of people are going to be looking forward to it. I know Queen's looking forward to it. She's all about that. I think she said she was a surgery tech, something like it.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
if you're bleeding and you got holes and stuff and it's leaking, she's more than happy to patch it up for you, sew you up. She know how to stitch you up. You know, she has no problem. If you get popped in the chest, she gonna fix it. You know what I'm saying? She like doing stuff like that. So she always sit and watch those medical shows where they in there playing with people's organs and stuff. I'm like, man,
Mm-hmm.
wow.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's gonna be fun for those that are actually content creators. This would be a perfect time to create some content for you. You know, to record stuff, to make content, because this is something that you may not be exposed to a lot. So why not bring your cameras out and just have fun with it?
See, that was the question I was going to have too. If some content creators bought tickets and wanted to attend the class, would they be able to get content?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Please. That's our biggest thing. The more the merrier, the more information you can share. And that's what we're big on. Yeah. Share that information, create that content, show them what's going on. I mean, it helps us out to put our name out there, but at the same time, it lets them know that you have that knowledge as well. So you can help them out.
Okay. And see, that's big right there. You know what I'm saying? Because we can share what the class is about so people can actually see it and go attend it. Because I've seen some videos out there, but they're kind of short videos.
Right.
And they're more like highlight type reels or whatever.
Yeah.
But to be able to do a video like it would be nice if we could, if you would like actually had a actual video. Maybe you could offer an online course or something.
We
Maybe
were thinking about that.
But y'all been thinking about that?
Yeah.
Do y'all do any of your courses online?
Well, not at the moment, because when it comes to American Heart, they used to be able to do it during COVID, but they nixed all that now. So it's hard to do a lot of the stuff online. And their biggest thing is you want them hands-on. So if they make a mistake, you can actually correct them there. Because if they're on video, you're like, all right, they made a mistake, cool, I'm just let it slide. But in actuality, that's not the right thing to do. So there's some courses that are online, but a lot of our courses are not. But future courses, like say, not surgical tech, EKG tech and all that, that's going to be online. So it's going to make it easier. So people that want to become a phlebotomist or EKG tech or patient care tech, they'll be able to do that online. And when it comes to the scales, we just have a set place. You just travel down and actually do the scales. Then you're certified.
Okay. So I actually work in a hospital. I work for the VA.
Yeah.
So I would think that this is stuff that they would teach us as employees, but they don't.
No.
Because what I do I'm not clinical. So they don't teach me this stuff.
Right.
So being able to get this knowledge, even if it's outside the hospital, it works for me.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people there will be interested in this too. And so I've talked to some of the nurses and stuff that work there and told them about the class as well. Because I feel like it's an important class to have.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know if all of them have necessarily had this type of training. I know the one nurse, she teaches the class in the military. She's active duty. So she actually teaches the class.
Yep.
So, but I don't know about the rest of them. I know some of them were military at one point and some of them aren't. Some of them are civilian. So I think it'll be good for all of them to have it. So I've been pushing it to everybody, man. I've been trying to get a little bit of everybody here. At first, I had it closed because we were focusing on strictly churches, and then we opened it up so other people could join too. Because this is knowledge everybody should have, like I said.
Right.
I'm not from this planet. Expecting to see you there, sir. Joe Q, you ought to come through too. I mean, I think he's ex-military or law enforcement, one of the two. So I think it'd be good for him to have as well if he hasn't had it already.
Oh yeah.
Even if you have had it, it's
right. Refresher. Yep, you got it. Yep. That's what we tell people. It's good. And that actually leads us, I tell people, for those that take our CLS course, when it comes to the TECC course, it makes it a lot easier. We don't have to start from scratch. You have that prior knowledge, you have that foundation, so we can jump straight into it. So instead of teaching you A, B, and C, we're all the way down here to the end of the alphabet, and we're pushing. So now we're going to choose scenario-based, care under fire and all that, so it makes it a lot easier. And it's a little more fun that way too. Yeah.
And I want to get some more training from you guys. Even if I have to come to Atlanta to get it, I do want to get some more training from you guys. For the people, like I said, that's in the area that want to attend, I did drop the link in the chat a little while ago. So I'll drop it again. Matter of fact, I'll go ahead and drop it now. It's a long link, but I'm going to drop it again. But yeah, go ahead and click on that link. You can get your tickets and get signed up for the class. And it's going to be an awesome time, man. I'm looking forward to it. We're going to have lunch. I don't know. We might have some donuts or something for breakfast. I don't want people to get too full. Then they be trying to hide and take a nap while we're doing this class. We're trying to have all that.
Right, yep. Now, I do want to tell you, we do have a coming up soon in August. We actually going to have it where connected one of our friends, one of our doctors down in Florida. So we're going to be talking about health issues soon. So you're going to look for that as well. And that's one of the biggest things is when we get there, we love people to ask us questions, medical questions about, it could be anything, diabetes, it doesn't matter, whatever. We love people to ask us questions. And that's one thing we're going to start doing is presenting that. So we got one of our friends, Dr. Coy Ibrahim in Florida. We're going to be talking about diabetes and everything that comes along with diabetes and how you don't have to stay on medication to cure your diabetes, to conquer it. That's going to be one of the good things. We're going to start that in August. So right after your training, we're going to be talking about that. So hopefully if I get Coy to come up here to the training to let you know about it. If not, I get him to connect with you. So maybe he can come talk to y'all like for men's health or something of that nature too.
Man, that would be awesome because I would love to figure out how to control my diabetes and not have to take medicine for the rest of my life. I would love to have a natural way to control it and everything like that. That would be awesome. And a lot of other people that I know would appreciate that as well. What's up, Armel?
What's up, Armel?
What's up, man? But yeah, those are things that I think people will find interesting and people find useful and helpful. Being able to control your diabetes or even blood pressure or whatever the case may be without having to be on medicine, man. Because I don't trust medicine, man. I feel like when you look at medicine, when they do commercials for it, it's always got like 50 side effects. And then because of the side effects, now I got to take this medicine. But now I got to take these 5 medicines to counteract the side effects. But now I got to take this to counteract the medicine that I'm taking to counteract the side effects. Now you're taking 15 pills a day. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, damn. So, I take multivitamins and stuff like that. But, it's still more that I can do. I'm trying to switch up some stuff, man. Like today I got some sugar-free coffee creamer. I don't know what it's going to taste like. We're going to run it and see, man.
Oh, yeah. Also at the at our session, we're actually bringing our equipment. So during that break that we have, if they want to get a simple baseline fitness physical exam, we'll be able to do that as well. That's just going to include just the blood pressure, height, weight, pulse ox, body mass index. So some baseline like that. So if nobody's ever done that before, we'll have that available. So during those breaks, we'll be able to give a simple physical exam.
Man, that's fire. That's fire. So, body mass index. Explain how important that is to your health. And when
it comes to body mass index, what they're doing. So truly, the way it works is those scientific data shows that it was actually on both white males and Asians. So it wasn't done on black. So the actual numbers do not truly correlate with us because we hold a little more muscle mass. But it's based on saying, hey, based on your height and weight, this is how much body fat you should have. But realistically, like I'm 6'1", 240. So realistically, based on that, I'm considered obese, severely obese, because it doesn't take in a factor how much how much muscle mass I have. Based on those numbers, at 6'1", I should be 177 pounds. I look like a crackhead. So there ain't no way. There's no way. So that's where that comes into play. So we give you the BMI, but we also show you this is a good range for your fat that you should have. The higher your BMI, the more likely is you're going to suffer from some medical condition, and we want to prevent that. So that's where that comes from. So just having that baseline, you are having an idea, and you see how that correlates to any. If you have some type of ailment, you see that correlates to the ailment as well. So we want to prevent it. I think it's preventive health, preventive medicine. That's what we want to do. We want to make sure everybody stay healthy and live long.
Antibiotics, what ones cure anything? I'm not sure if that was a statement or a question. I'm not sure how he wanted that to come.
When it comes to cure, Jovi, you actually know when it comes to that cure, there's no true thing about cure, especially when it comes to antibiotics. One thing people confuse is when they have, let's say, a simple cold, they confuse taking an antibiotic for a cold, which doesn't work. One thing people need to understand is antibiotics only work on bacterial infections. When it's a viral infection, it has to run its course. There's nothing to help truly treat a viral infection. So it has to run its course. Hence the reason, like you say, you have HIV, you have it for life, and things of that nature, like herpes, you have it for life because it's viral. There's no true cure for it. So it thinks to suppress the side effects or the bad things about it, but there's no cure for it. When it comes to an actual bacterial infection, there's things out there to actually cure it.
Okay. So, say you want to keep a medical bag or something.
Oh, say that again. You broke up.
You in your medical bag. Is that something that's going to be part of the class?
The medication itself? No, we're not going to talk about the medication itself. in all honesty, when it comes to medicine, because they have an expiration date, a lot of your doctors will prescribe medicine up for 90 days or so forth. Then from there, you have to get rid of it. So we don't have a problem talking about it, if that makes sense. But when it says when the world comes to an end or something of that nature, there's certain medication you can hold on. They have a longer shelf life than others, but that's also based on where it's being stored. So we can talk about it. That's not a problem, but that's not something we're going to hit truly real hard because that goes down a whole different rabbit hole.
Okay. Well, the reason I was asking, because like you said, a world, world hits the fan type deal or whatever. Like Walking Dead, you see them walking around with antibiotics from like 4 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, how effective is that really going to be? You know what I'm saying?
Right. Not truly effective. Yeah.
So if you're building a bag to keep in your car and take with you, like I have a first aid bag.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. First aid bag. Yeah, there's certain things you can keep in a first aid bag. One thing I tell people is because it's in a car, it's going to be exposed to either a lot of heat or a lot of cold. So you want to be mindful of that part. So there's a lot of good things. That's one thing we're going to talk about when we get to Tennessee as well. Certain things you should be able to keep on you, and also how to build an IFAC. So we're going to definitely talk about that. We're going to bring some IFACs to give away. So we have some stuff to give away. So we have about 3 or 4 IFACs. And we just you can do a raffle. We can give those away. So that'd be a foundation because people think you have to have all of this in IFAC, when that's not the case. There's 6 or 7 basic things you should have in it. Then from there, you just build for what you actually need. Yep.
Just got these. A lot of people don't even know what this is.
Those are trauma shares.
Yeah, these are the Leathermans.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's some, stuff like that. I see it. If I can get it for a good deal, then I'll make it happen. But a lot of people don't think to have stuff like this in their bag. And so they get caught off guard when something happens. With the little holster where stop leak, some kind of trauma pad, some kind of medical tape.
Yep.
So am I doing good so far?
Oh, you doing good. You getting it. You getting it. Yep. Yep, you're on the right track.
This man said aluminum foil hat. What? He said I got Boost Mobile internet. Need that new Trump Wi-Fi. Man, we got gig speed, man. I don't know what's wrong with it, bro. It's been acting a donkey today. So a while back, some puppies chewed up the wire, so we had to, do some Afro engineering. So it might not be full strength back, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. I know you having some issues on your side. I got a storm brewing. Like I said, we weren't gonna be in here long. Like I said, anybody in our area that wants to take this class, the link's in the description. I'm gonna drop it for y'all one more time.
Yeah.
Guys, go ahead.
Jovar had a question. He talked about So Jovar, for that, if you want to pay for somebody, just he dropped a link. So from there you can actually put it in, and I think in the comment section or something of that nature, just tell them who it's for. So that way they can get credit for it. So yeah, that's not a problem. We tell people the more the merrier. We would love for high school kids to come out. That's one of the biggest things because in a lot of schools, you have to have first aid CPR to actually graduate. So if they're in high school, bring them. Tell them to come on out.
Yeah, and that would be real good for high school kids because of the stuff going on with the school. That would be awesome for them. But when you buy the ticket, it's gonna ask for your name and stuff. So if you're buying the ticket for somebody, just put their name and information in it, and just do it that way. And then you'll get all the information's in there in the link. When you click on the link, it's got a full description of everything that's gonna be going on. So I think I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm excited. I'm pumped myself personally.
We're excited. Oh yeah, oh yeah, because we got some new gear because we had an international partnership with Tacky Flesh over in Republic of Georgia.
Mhm.
So we actually have some new gear that's attachable limbs. We have one at Pew Party, so but we have others as well. So we're going to actually break out all of that. They're going to be
Okay.
put in different teams, and you're going to have to just stop that bleed based on what you see. So it's
Okay.
that if somebody have a broken arm, you got to learn how to use a SAM splint. If somebody have, if there's, let's say somebody, what is a femoral artery bleed, you one tourniquet it doesn't work, you got to apply another one. So learning how to double up the tourniquet because it's a larger surface area, we're going to teach you all of that. So yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be stressful, but it's definitely going to be fun.
Stressful makes it fun.
Oh
So
yeah,
when I took the regular stop the bleed class, that was like, yeah, you got to put this tourniquet on for real. Like you really got to put it on, or it's gonna hurt. And we was like, it can't be that bad. Man, he put that tourniquet on and started cranking. By the time he got to that second one, I was ready to punch dude in the mouth. I was like, man, this shit hurt.
oh yeah. Oh, and we actually bring out several tourniquets. So we're gonna bring out the Cat 6, Cat 7 tourniquet. We're gonna bring out the Soft T tourniquet, and we're gonna bring out the Sam XT tourniquet because we noticed was everybody's used to one specific tourniquet, but
Yeah.
if somebody's injured and there's another one, you need to learn how to use them all. So yeah, that's the objective for that. Silverback, we're trying to figure that out now. I did talk to OG $2, so we're trying to work that out because I got to make sure I don't have military training on that day because normally we either have it on the first weekend or the third weekend in October. So we got to work that out. So that new fiscal year, I'll be able to tell if we're gonna be there or not. Hopefully, we will be.
Yeah. Yeah. It's I don't know who else in this area that's on the like I haven't told any all popular books. If they doing what's happening, what's happening. But yeah, that's the the tourniquets. There's multiple different tourniquets, different ways to use the tourniquets. So
Yes.
what's the simplest, most common tourniquet that people can get and the easiest to get without getting some Chinese knockout stuff? What would be
Cat
the
6,
most
Cat 7.
efficient?
Yep, Cat
Cat
6, Cat
7?
7. But when ordering it, don't order off the internet. Go directly to that company and order it. So North American Rescue, Rescue Essential, TechMed Solutions, go directly to those companies to order directly from them. That'd be the best way because you can order on Amazon. They show a picture of one, but they can send you a knockoff. And we're going to show you all how to identify a true tourniquet versus a knockoff tourniquet. So we're going to show you all of that.
So on the knockoff tourniquets, is it, even though it's a knockoff, could it still be effective?
Something's better than nothing. I'll put it like that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm not going to trust that $5 for my life. You know, so if it's for me, I'm spending the 25 to $32 for that tourniquet, and that's for me. That's for my family. But if somebody has a knockoff tourniquet and I'm using it for them, it is what it is. I'm trying my best.
I think that's awesome, man. But I've had it for a while. Is there a certain time? I've had it 2 years. So is there a time when I should like change it out and get a new one?
If it's brand new, you haven't used it, yeah, they're good. They manufacturers say they're good for up to 5 years, as long as they're not exposed to excessive heat. But if that's one that you practice when you think you're going to use it on yourself, don't do that. Buy a brand new one because that's one thing because they're one-time use. So when it comes to the windlass, the band on it tends to actually elongate or stretch out, so it breaks down the integrity of it. So yes, if you used it before, keep that as a trainer. Write down training on it and have a purchase a brand new one.
Okay. It's never been used, but it's not sealed up anymore either.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, being sealed up doesn't matter. You have it staged. Yeah, that's good. That's good for 5 years on. Some of them do have expiration dates, some do not. But yeah, it's good for 5 to 6 years. Sometimes there's been documentation they've been good for up to 10 years. But in all honesty, during that time frame of 10 years, they've been exposed to a lot of heat or even a lot of coldness. So you want to change them out.
What are you trying to?
Say that again.
What's your favorite trying?
Mine would be is the soft T tourniquet. Is my favorite one.
Okay.
They is one of those is a little more sturdy. It actually has metal. It has a triangle. Well, if I'd have known, I'd have bought one down from Atlanta. But yeah, that's the one that I actually use. I have one in my kit, but that one's staged and that's in the back room. I don't even want to go and get it because deep in my bag because I know I'm in the house. I won't need it. I hope I don't need
it. So yeah, when you come up here, I want to talk to you more about that.
Yeah.
And so I can upgrade the stuff that I already have, and then also add to what I have.
Yeah.
Just for the simple fact that I want to stay ready at all times, man. This stuff's crazy out here.
Yeah.
And, we got a lot of grandbabies and stuff, man. So we want to make sure we prepare for whatever situation comes up.
Oh, yeah.
When it comes to the firearms, I got that covered. But medical supplies, I got to get some stuff right. Some stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we got you. Yeah, anybody that's coming to the training, bring your IFAC. We can go through it. I have no problem going through everybody's IFAC during a break. Go through the IFAC, break it down, make sure you know what each item is and what you can use it for. I have no problem doing that. And if you have a bad one, we're bringing our trauma kit anyway. And if we have that item, we'll exchange it. You can take our good item. We use yours as training. So that's not a problem.
What do you think about Israeli bandages? I know they're old tech, but what do you think about them?
They're good. Those one of the things. Israeli bandage is a lot of people think you can use an Israeli bandage for a tourniquet, which is not true. It's elastic, so you can't use it for that. It's one of those that help with direct pressure. So if you have a large laceration on the arm or a leg, it's there for direct pressure. So yes, that's perfect.
So you wouldn't want to use an Israeli bandage on a gunshot?
You can use. It depends on where it's located. Again, when it comes to tourniquets, I tell people. You can only use those for rules of two. You have 2 arms, 2 legs. That's where your tourniquets go. Anything else, you literally pack in the wound. So if it's a gunshot, let's say in the leg, you apply a tourniquet, and now you pack the wound and everything. You can apply Israeli bandage. So after you pack that wound, you're going to have something to have direct pressure. So yes, pack the wound, apply the Israeli bandage on top of it, but leave a tourniquet there. So yeah, a lot of people are like, well, if you have a tourniquet, why would you do that? You still need to pack the wound just in case. So why not? I tell people it is okay if you apply a tourniquet and you pack the wound and you apply Israeli bandage, that is fine. I'd rather have that overkill than underkill.
Do you recommend you know what I'm talking about?
No, say that again. Which one?
The stop leak, the powder.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. So there's different ones. You have Cell Lock, you have True Clot or Cell Clot. I forgot the name of them. There's different ones. So in each of those, they have different ingredients. One of them, Cell Lock, I think it is SCEL. Cell Lock has shellfish in it. So yes, Quick Clot. Thank you, Joe. So yeah, Cell Lock has shellfish in it, and people are like, well, if I have shellfish, if I'm allergic to fish, can I do it? Yes, you can use that. You can still use it, but I tell people Quick Clot is the best one to go with. But I'm truly to tell you when it comes to that, if you just have regular 2x2 gauze bandage, you can use that. It will do just the same thing. The Quick Clot or the actual material inside of it is to help with coagulation or help start the clotting factor to clot the blood. But if you don't have that, that's fine. Your regular 2x2, 4x4 gauze wraps, use those to pack the wound. It is not going to hurt.
Okay. So
say that one. You broke up again.
Use the gauze you're talking about if he had it available, and that would have done the same thing as his thumb being in there.
Yeah. Because let's to be honest with you, when it comes to the thumb, you're going to constantly move it back and forth and lose pressure with it. So yes, you want to pack that wound as much as possible. And like I said, will we have our training aids? We're going to show you how to correctly pack a wound. So yeah, we always do a dry run first to make sure everybody has the fundamentals, the understanding. Then after that, we turn it up with the blood, with the simulated blood. We turn it up with that. So yes,
I'm looking forward to that. I'm gonna go deep in the closet, find some old work clothes, probably wear my old security pants or something that I used to wear back in the day. Something, because I'm looking forward to that.
oh yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah. Now,
if you're in the area, please come. If you're in the area, please come. I can't stress that enough. That's what I mean. It's a good deal. $78. I think 78.15. You can't beat that with all this. So if you're in the area, come. Make sure you join.
Yeah, and the 78.15 is not the actual price of the ticket, but and then that number.
Mm-hmm. What up, Walt?
It's my ticket. I bought. I'm going to class. Yeah, looking forward to it. And this internet is bugging, man. I'm looking at this internet bar over here. I got one little dot lit up, which I normally have 3 bars. What's up, Walt E? I see you coming in here. Let me see. Bangers and Bullets said, when I got shot, the bullet out after removing the material from clotting the wound, I just wrapped it. It was hell getting the gauze off every time to clean it.
Yep, because the body started that clotting factor. So it was all what we call coagulation. The blood was clotting or clumping up. So yes, so it's the stickiness, the fibrinogen in it. So every time you pull it off, it's difficult. So yeah, your body was doing the right thing. So that's a good thing. That's definitely a good thing.
So that's another question I had too. So using like quick clot and stuff, can't that also set you up to have an actual blood clot?
No. Okay. No, it's not going to. What happens is there's been no documentation. I put it like that. There's been no, based on research, there's been no documentation saying if you're using quick clotting, thing of that nature, it causes blood clots. No, because it's all clotting in that area itself. So there's been no true documentation. There's been documentation after a surgery that the blood clot has gotten loose and is floating all over the place, but your body is clumping the blood out in that specific time, in that specific area. So yeah, there's been no documentation as of now. So no.
Okay. He said he meant it was pulling the meat out every time he took the bandage off.
Yep. That's the biggest thing. Once you start packing, you leave it there. You don't want to pull it out because it's almost, I won't say it's like super glue, but it's similar to a glue. And that's for the body to actually re-heal itself. So every time you pull it out, you're breaking up that process and it's starting over again.
Gotcha. So how long should you leave it in there?
You just leave it in there. That's up to the doctors to take it out. Yeah, you don't take it out. That's the doctors taking it out. So you're packing it, keep packing it, and then from there, that's up to the doctors to take it out. That's not on us.
He said, when I got shot in the finger, I used my other hand to stop the bleed.
Hey, do whatever you can.
You gotta do. It says here, let me see. Also, there's a limitation to the size of the wound you can use quick clot on.
Yeah. Yep. It's not for very large. I put like it's not for very large areas. What we call an evisceration. So basically, your abdominal, you got cut in the abdomen area and your guts coming out. It is no good to be used right there. So for small diameter injuries or something of that nature, yes, you can use it for that. Yep. Everybody was panicking. Yep. In an emergency, you'll see that's the biggest thing. In an emergency, you see who those that rise to the top as true leaders and those that drop down. So yes, so people are going to panic during emergencies.
Yeah, when I worked at the range, we had a kid. He was, those the little 22s where you got to take the whole cylinder out to reload it.
Yeah.
Them little, what is it? North American Arms or whatever it is.
Mm.
So He had one. He was loading it. And he dropped the cylinder.
Oh wow.
And he bent down to try and catch it, but he missed it, and it hit the floor. And it had just enough room so when it hit the floor, it caught the rim of that little 22, and it went in through his. It hit him like right here, and then it moved around a little bit, and it came out like right below his eye or something. It was weird how it wiggled around and moved around. But that kid, we just got a bunch of like gauze and stuff and pressure on.
Yep.
He was bleeding coming off the range, but he didn't bleed as much as people think you would bleed in that situation. I guess because it was a 22.
Right.
But he wasn't bleeding as much as you thought he should have been bleeding from where he got hit. You know, and it kind of freaked a lot of people out, but everybody stayed real calm. And we was able to keep him calm. He was trying to freak out, but we were staying calm. So he was looking at us like, all right, it must not be too bad.
Right.
But he ended up having to have some surgery on his face and stuff. But he was good, man. He was good.
Oh yeah.
I think that ended his shooting experiences because I never saw him again after it.
Oh wow. It's something that may happen, yeah.
Yeah, I think it kind of freaked him out to where it kind of scared him. I don't like those little guns anyway. I never trusted them anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Small diameter, high velocity rounds ain't no joke. Yeah, man, that connection is tough, brother. That connection is tough. Bad tonight. I'm sitting here watching some. We'll see for weeks, man. A few weeks. I said, everybody come out, check out the class. We're gonna have this brother back on. We'll have him on after we do the class, so we can tell you how much fun we had, how many people fell to the bottom, how many people rose to the top. We'll talk about all that. I think a lot of people are gonna be surprised what they can do in that type of situation. That they, people are gonna be able to do things they didn't think they were able to do. But they just have to have somebody walk them through the process and see that it's not as complicated as they might think.
Right.
But at the same time, it's still something you got to take very serious because you're still playing with somebody's life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, man, brother, you go in there, chill with the family, enjoy your time on the road, and we'll catch you here in a few weeks.
All right.
I appreciate y'all coming through. Sorry about this internet connection. It's bugging, but hey, I can't control it. we got gig speed internet. I guess this is payback because I was clowning my man. Catch y'all next week.